How are we, everybody? Raven fans. Quick meeting tonight, obviously, because we got the big news. Jesse Minter is here as a back, or rather back. It's his second time as Ravens head coach. And so definitely we're going to talk a little bit about that here tonight. Definitely like and subscribe to all of our social media content. So we want to thank all of you. Like to get that 100 number on YouTube if you're watching right now on YouTube, especially or on any of our other platforms. Definitely go to YouTube, get to that 100 number. Like to get that before the Super Bowl. We fingers crossed there. All right, definitely real quick. The business Genesis Notary Services. If you know, you know, in Winchester, Virginia as well. See Charles Harris. We are LegalShield.com. Definitely Legal Shield. Definitely check that out in the Winchester. Anywhere you are with legal and Genesis is just Winchester, Virginia area, Frederick County, Clark County, etc. If you know, you know all those things. That's cool there as well. RaverySports.company.site. Definitely too. We're going to have a live stream for that on February 6th. As well, we're going to be going over our new site rebrand, also to our links to Fanatics. So definitely check that out as well. Also to with that, also mention Legal Shield as well. Definitely Facebook. Put in Harris Legal Shield on Facebook if you are looking for some information there as well. So the coaching search is over. The leader has arrived. The new leader of the Baltimore Ravens has arrived here as well. Jesse Minter, who is a former Ravens assistant. So if you look at his bio, he definitely got his first really big break as a big-time coach in the NFL with the Ravens. So he coached at Georgia State the year before. And I think it was, I'm looking at it, it's 2016. Then 2017 comes to the Ravens. Defensive assistant, assistant DB coach, coached several Pro Bowlers along that time. Then he goes into leaves in 2020, goes to Vanderbilt as a defensive coordinator. So he got upgraded to defensive coordinator and safeties coach there. Coach with Coach Jim Harbaugh at Michigan, right? So definitely too, if you saw the thumbnail, it has the Michigan hat on. Definitely coach with Jim Harbaugh in Michigan. Also too, stayed with Jim Harbaugh the last couple of years as defensive coordinator with the Chargers, and now hired today as the new leader of the flock. So this was expected, right? This was kind of the betting favorite for those of you on Poly Market and all that other fun stuff. This is the betting favorite. Are you happy about the hire? I am. I think this is kind of what we expected, Kenny. I think this is getting Jesse Minter. This is fits with the Eric DeCosta philosophy, fits with the Raven philosophy. This is a Raven hire, right? So that's I think the thing, and I think the thing is Lamar Jackson really had to, as much as Steve Bisciotti didn't want to say this, you're not going to bring a guy and it's not going to get along with your starting quarterback. This guy has a good relationship, all reports, with Lamar that factored in to it. I think definitely had success as a defensive coordinator in Michigan. Definitely had success as a defensive coordinator in the Chargers. The Chargers defense has been good the last couple of years, unexpectedly good as well, which is why he was drawing interest from so many teams as a D coordinator and as a head coach. So that is a thing. So you also too, not just a guy with Raven ties that understands the play like a Raven and the philosophy, but he's a guy that also too has knows what it's like to be in the building. I think that was a thing that they were looking for as well. So I want you guys to hear it from the man that is going to be working side by side with him here. So let's hear it from EDC himself. Every dollar counts. Also, to keep in mind, and I just want this, there's a lot of stuff going on in the coaching cycle and everything. The Ravens' philosophy is these guys are on equal footing. You saw what John Harbaugh did. As soon as he had it put in writing like this. So they will be working together in concert. This is why the play like a Raven thing is so important. This is a guy that Eric DaCosta already knows. Steve Bisciotti already knows him. They kind of have an idea beforehand what they were getting. I do believe this is who they had their eye on the whole time if they could go ahead and get him. So let's go ahead and hear from Every Dollar Counts, Eric DaCosta, on the new hire.
Can tell my eyes are bloodshot, sleep deprived, but excited. You know, it's been a grueling 2 week sprint to the finish. We interviewed 20 candidates over the last 2 weeks. A lot of hours, a lot of information, learned a lot, a ton. I mean, what an exciting process to talk to all these really brilliant people in different organizations. And you know, it's been a great process, but something I don't want to go through again for 18 years. Well, I think Jesse's very.
Let's pause it real quick. We'll get back to Eric in a second. 20 interviews. Now, that is not an accident, right? You're going to see some of those 20 people on the staff as well. Possibly Anthony Weaver. That was the first thing that comes to mind. Possibly some of these other candidates, Nathan Schultze, etc., may see some of these guys on the staff. So they don't like that happens in business sometimes. Maybe they're on a longer list for your top position, but they're on a shorter list for other ones. All right. So keep that in mind there as well. Let's go back to Every Dollar Counts.
Bright. You know, my first sort of impression of Jesse was when he was here as a young assistant coach. And what I've seen is tremendous growth. He's become one of the preeminent, you know, defensive play callers in the league as a coordinator. I think he does a lot with a little at times. I think he has a great feel for personnel. I think he's creative. I think he's got authority to him. I think he has a presence about him, great humility, passion for the game. I think he understands the Ravens culture and the DNA in this building, and I think he's the right coach for us.
All right. So there you go. Every dollar counts. Eric DaCosta talking about the hire. Let's get Kenny back on the screen there. Is it because he used to work with Jesse Minter as a defensive assistant, defensive back coach, little nepotism hire? I will say this about Harbaugh. He has recommended some awful players to us, all of which I know. One of them, I think, has been with you a long time, a Harbaugh guy, Kyle Strozak, the fullback. So he was a former Raven, been with you a long time. Was this a nepotism hire? Yes, you can look at it that way if you want to put it that way. But somebody that the Ravens are familiar with. They're not hiring a total stranger. They kind of know how he thinks. They kind of know they're not going into this when they hired Jesse Minter with a guess. They know exactly what they're getting here as well. All of which you know, right? With a guess as well. I don't think they have anything bad about Harbaugh. If you're asking DaCosta and Steve Bisciotti, even though he fired him, if we're going to get the next John Harbaugh, he's probably fine with that. I think they like John Harbaugh. I think like circumstances and the team and the age and all those things kind of prevented them from keeping him. Jake Moody and Ronnie Bell from Michigan. Yeah. Jake Moody wasn't very good. I do believe, though, this is they are looking for a guy to the end of the day who's going to be around 10 years. I don't think they really wanted to look at a Mike McCarthy, a Bill Belichick, an established guy, unless they were really, really unhappy with a lot of these other candidates as well. So I don't think they were going to do that as well. Young, fresh hire, so this is more when you hired Brian Billick, this is more like that. Brian Billick was a very hot assistant coach in the league. One of the highest paid assistants when they hired Brian Billick as well. John Harbaugh was more off the radar, off the board hired guy, like really name was coming up a little bit, but not a lot of interest. John Harbaugh, believe it or not, got the job, and a lot of people forget this. They offered Jason Garrett the job all those years ago, and he turned it down. He wanted to stay in Dallas. He wanted to stay with Jerry Jones. He actually stayed an assistant another year, and then I think Wade Phillips wound up leaving, and he became the head coach after that. So might have never happened. I always say that if Jason Garrett had taken the job. So there you go. Jesse Minter is the new head coach of the Baltimore Ravens as well. So it's finally done. Definitely, it's on the blog tomorrow. Definitely all about Jesse Minter as the Ravens head coach. What do you guys think? We heard what Kenny thinks. We heard what a lot of you out there think. What do you think about it in the comments as well? Definitely like and subscribe to all of our social media commentary as well. We want to thank all of you as well. It's a new day. The new leader, Jesse Minter, defensive guy. You're going to see a lot of the same things. One other thing real quick. Cliff Kingsbury has been meeting. They definitely, now you have a defensive coach, defensive guy. You're going to bring in an offensive, you're going to have to bring an offensive coordinator. Hearing a lot, Cliff Kingsbury, Lamar has apparently met with them, championing for him. We will see how that works out as that goes. Not quite as excited about that, honestly, but I don't mind him as an offensive coordinator. We'll see how that works. Thank you guys for joining us. You have a great day.